Hi there, this is Toby Green and you're listening to The Green Room with Tom Green and Jacob Gaynor. Stay tuned.
Oh, coffee's for a week for that, mate.
We're back. Episode 11?
Episode a lot in total. An episode we're pretty deep in there for season 2. So
I actually think episode 50
yep,
is very close to your 100th game.
really. So in a couple of weeks, I think.
What milestone do you think's more important?
50. Well, like not to sound. I don't think this is sounding arrogant, but I certainly thought it was more likely I'd get to 100 AFL games than 50 podcast episodes.
100%.
Yeah, just purely out of.
Especially after last year.
Yeah, well, I thought we were really going to sort of.
Do you know what I've noticed as well? That there was a lovely article on the Green Room
Yep.
last week and the two
Written
of
by
us.
Penry. Yep, that was
Yep.
fantastic.
Shout out Penry.
Yep.
Great young journalist. But everything that's written or said about this show always has that one little line about what happened last year.
Yeah, they always throw it in that they've sort of, the two boys have had their fair share of run-ins or, they've had an indiscretion or something like that. It certainly
Yeah.
gets mentioned.
Well, it's in your Wikipedia page
Yeah.
under controversies, which is elite.
Yeah, hopefully there's currently I think only one controversy, and hopefully that only stays as one.
In 2024, Tom Green was reprimanded.
Yeah, it's someone also for a while now, I think maybe we've addressed this quite a long time ago on the podcast, but someone quite regularly updates my Wikipedia, and I have genuinely no idea who it is.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's not me. I don't think it'd be anyone
sure.
here. If it was me, I'd make it like...
I don't think anyone at the club, I don't think people are thinking about me that often to continue regularly doing
Definitely
that.
not. No.
I don't know who's doing it, but they are keeping it up to tabs.
Before we get into the game or anything like that, we were talking about something really interesting.
Yeah, which I feel like we can share with the group, which first of all, I might just... I've got to just clear my throat a little bit. I did, it looks like we're sponsored by Gatorade having this up at the front. We're not.
Yet.
Yeah, but if they want to, orange team, orange drink, as you can see right there. If they want to, connect us in.
Like if they're sponsoring Dan Gorringe, they don't really care who they're sponsoring, do they? They're just chucking money out there.
They're clearly giving it out to anyone. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Ooh.
stoop to the level of canning those guys too much. They've obviously already canned me not that long ago. They clearly don't think that I'm an intelligent person. So,
Well, Dan did say you're in his top 34.
yeah, I
It's
suppose.
pretty good.
I hope he knows a lot of people. If he doesn't know many people, it's not that good. But
Doesn't strike me as a very popular person.
yeah, so that was interesting though. Which is another topic that I don't know if that we will see this content sort of coming out soon, or if it's going to happen or not. But that sort of all came out of like at the airport. While in between that, there was trivia going on.
No, we're doing trivia today.
We are doing trivia.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm excited then.
Wow, you
I
look like
love
a
trivia. Yeah. No, genuinely, I was playing some more trivia last night actually with a few friends.
Yeah, don't tease the whole thing that we're going to do with
Yeah,
the playing
because you
group.
actually do want to use. Is that actually you're going to do that?
Yeah, like someone's paying us to do that.
Really? Okay, maybe
Yeah.
we should discuss stuff like this off air before we sort of just like.
No, I like being
on air.
authentic. Just
Yeah.
come in and sit down.
I do. It's actually to all our listeners and viewers. Not even half, all this stuff where I'm like, oh, that's going on is I genuinely find out on air.
I like to treat you like our listeners. So they're experiencing things for the first time, similar to yourself.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We're doing trivia today I didn't know about, and there's potentially some content down that route coming out.
Coming
apparently.
soon.
All
Nice.
right.
But what we were talking about before is how good food is when you don't make it.
Yeah. There's some things that I will say that like are the same. But for instance, we're talking about a bacon and egg wrap here that they make at the club. And by the way, don't know if we've given him a shout out before. We may have, but
Adam.
shout out to Adam. I don't know if he regularly listens, but
He doesn't.
he is the chef here at the club. He is unbelievable what he cooks up regularly. And these bacon and egg wraps that he makes, again, like they are bacon, egg, cheese, barbecue sauce in a wrap, but there's just something about it. And I don't know if it's
You can't even describe it.
I don't know if it's his craft, which it may very well be, and I'm sure there's an element of that, but there's also just, I think everything tastes better when you don't do it, because if I was to make a bacon and egg wrap, right, all the effort of like, all the effort, but like of frying the eggs, frying the bacon, cheese, put it on putting it all together, folding it up, toasting it. It's just a lot, and then I eat it in 45 seconds. Whereas just being able to like sort of have it and smash it like that is just, it does kind of taste better, don't you think?
I agree. But like I'm the same with like, I made myself a coffee this morning. Wasn't very good.
Yeah, but
Got to the club.
Are you a barista?
I was. Ish.
You weren't. So my thing about that.
I was. So Vikings Club in Canberra, where I worked part-time while I was at uni, when you work on the pokey floor, there's a coffee machine. So when their customers want coffees
Is it instant coffee?
at 2 a.m. No, it's a full machine.
Yeah, right. So you were making coffees, but you weren't sort of, crafting them.
I got good towards the end. At the start, because I wasn't a coffee person or an alcohol person at that stage. So I like...
At that stage?
Yeah, that made me sound like I'm not an
that
alcoholic.
sounds like you're sort of heading down that route.
No.
Yeah.
No, like...
I wasn't in alcohol at that point,
Someone
but
would
now.
be... Yeah. Well, someone would be like, oh, can I have a Merlot? And I wouldn't know if to look into like the cellar or the fridge.
All right.
I had no idea.
That's a seller job, yeah.
Yeah. But then with like the coffee stuff, like one lady came up to me one day when I was covering someone's break for half an hour in the Vikings cafe, and she was like, can I have a baby chino?
No coffee in that. I hope you didn't give her coffee.
I didn't know that. So
oh my God. You've given a baby coffee.
Shot of coffee. I was like, how do they fit the milk in this thing? It's tiny. Put a little bit of milk in, a little bit of foam, a little bit of that chocolate powder over, like a little cappuccino pretty much. And then given it to her and said, thank you, like no worries, blah, blah, blah. She goes away, comes back fuming that I've nearly killed her kid because I've given him a coffee shot. And I had no idea.
So you've basically given this little kid like a piccolo
I've
with
seen
chocolate
a kid
on
like,
top.
That kid hadn't taken its first steps yet. By the end of it, it was running. I don't know. Anyway, we got sidetracked. But anyway.
Stuff does taste better when you don't
100%.
do it. Yeah, it's true. It probably is true. There's some stuff I think you should do yourself because I'm,
Like
again,
what?
well, I'm just on a big, we know I've talked about it. I'm not all into that consumerism sort of stuff, just spending for the sake of spending. But there's certainly with, food like that.
Are you good at saving money?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, yeah. Like I enjoy, again, I'm prone to...
The occasional splurge?
Well, no, not really, to be honest. Like I don't buy myself expensive clothes and I don't often like...
We can tell.
Yeah, but okay, that's a deliberate choice. I don't really splash out on clothes. I don't splash out on
That
cars
reminds me
or
of something.
jewelry or anything like
Remind
that.
me when we're off air
Yeah.
to tell you something.
Sure. But I don't mind like going out for like enjoying good food. I don't mind that. That's probably my one
No, I like
weakness.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. The game might be the worst game I've ever watched.
Yeah, well, we played really poorly and
But I
we
don't even
also
think
lost.
Adelaide played well.
No,
They defended pretty well.
Yeah, they did. To be fair, our backs defended the absolute house down. Credit goes
my
to them.
goodness.
They defended a lot of inside 50s and defended them really well. But I think if you are... I got Billy Clark and his family. He came down to the game at Adelaide. He's got family there, and his old man said post-game, I saw them in the rooms, and he said, he sort of said thank you for tickets, and he said, I'm pretty glad I didn't have to pay for that. pay to watch that.
It's kind of fair.
Yeah, it was a pretty horrible spectacle, but we just didn't get going even remotely. So it's we've got a lot to work on. We've had a lot to work on anyway, which I think is you want to sort of be in that position this early in the year, but yeah, that was nowhere near our best performance. We're going to have to be a whole lot better this weekend.
We will get to this weekend momentarily.
Yep.
ANZAC coming.
Yep.
A friend of the show.
Yep.
What was it like playing against him?
It was weird. It was funny. At one point, we were sort of yelling out towards the end, win the game. We're trying to, win the game. And Jordan Dawson, Adelaide's captain, fantastic player, was right near me. And then he just looks over at Cheese. He's like, Cheese, is he yelling win the game? What are they doing? And I just started laughing. And I sort of made the comment to him as well. It's just like, it's weird that you should have someone
That
on
knows.
your team that knows exactly. Like, I mean, it's
different
reasonably
a little bit.
self-explanatory and like you can sort of guess, but like it's funny you can just
He
sort of
knows.
refer to someone who knows exactly what's going on. But it was weird, but it was good. Toby gave him a little
Toby definitely said,
hello.
how you going?
Toby said hello in the way that Toby does often say hello.
Yeah. Just a friendly reminder.
Yeah, but
Do you miss me?
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good to see him. It was good to see him after the game as well. Caught up with him and JP after the game, which was nice. And yeah, it's disappointing that we're playing against them, but because they are obviously such nice people, and I suppose they take the chocolates this time, which is disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. But the beautiful thing about football is you always get the opportunity to go again. And we get to go again in arguably the most beautiful...
Not arguably.
The most beautiful city in the world.
Yep.
And not only do we get to do that, we get to do so in a jumper that was designed by our very own Tom Green. If you want to show that to the camera, Tom.
I certainly will.
Can you give a little bit of backstory, please?
Yeah, so we're looking at our ANZAC Guernsey. We wore this one last year as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think generally, I mean, you probably would know a little bit better sort of the feedback we get on the socials and whatever, but I think the feedback on it was generally pretty positive. It's, you know, our normal sort of home Guernsey, for those who can't see, with sort of like a camo pattern G, and there's like sort of underlying camo patterns throughout the entire Guernsey. Yeah, the club approached me a few years ago just asking if I wanted to sort of be involved with helping design one potentially, with my dad being in the army. And so I suppose it being a cause or, you know, something close to my heart. And so, yeah, I sort of went through a process. I'll be honest, I'm not a particularly creative or original person. It was more, they had a few ideas and some options, and they sort of, you know, consulted and which one do you think works well and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to pretend that I was particularly creative when it comes to, you know, coming up with the full design, but that's the one that we ended up going with. And yeah, I think it's really special. I think it looks really, really good. It's still, you know, a Giants Guernsey, I think. You know, you can see the orange, you see the charcoal, but it's also sort of unmistakably ANZAC and sort of Defence Force inspired, I think, which I think it, personally, I think it treads a good line and a good balance. And I hope, yeah, our fans feel that as well.
Love it. Now, do you want to do trivia first? Do you want to do questions first? Or another special edition of Red Light, Green Light first? Or do you have a trending topic?
Not currently.
One could come up.
Yeah, but so what I think we should do is, in my opinion, I think we should go red light, green light, trivia.
Ooh.
Maybe we should go red light, green light, maybe a couple questions, then trivia. Yeah, with that?
Like it. Ready?
Yeah, we'll go red light, green light.
Now, when I was trying to think of a theme for Red Light, Green Light this week,
Just ask Tilly. She normally comes up with plenty.
wasn't here today.
Yeah, okay.
So Tilly, who we all know from the famous kettle stories.
Washes her underwear and kettles.
Yeah. She's not here today because it's a public holiday. So I had
Good of you to be in.
Well,
Maybe should it be Jacob's trending topic this week, and you can go on a rant about that?
work hours and pay and yeah. I'll start talking about that. Yeah. No, I know who listens. I'm very lucky to be in the position I am. And I love the Giants.
Yeah, it's funny because, well, yeah, I mean, I suppose it's always been for you, like Zelly last year always listens. I don't know if Zelly still listens.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and but Emma certainly listens every week.
Yep,
so
can't get away from it. If you manage Jacob, you listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I genuinely
does
just
that maybe say something about you then? If you feel like you always need to be under the microscope?
I didn't get us in trouble. You did.
Who egged it on?
Look, I think at the end of the day,
I could almost see the dollar signs in your eyes when I was saying all that stuff.
both sides. I knew it was coming out of your wallet, but we were getting views. At the end of the day, I think it's a privilege. I think more people want to listen to us, and that's an exciting thing.
Maybe.
But what I was thinking is we, of course, heading to Canberra, our beautiful hometown this week. And I'm not sure about you, but for me, there's a thing in our house where Anzac Day, it pretty much marks the start of winter in Canberra. You turn the heaters on, Anzac Day.
Yeah, it's a good call.
I think it's not just my house. I think it's a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty universal. My mum is cold-blooded, basically, so she's probably had it on before that.
Oh, so
she gets cold really, really easily, and so loves to turn the heater on. And what sucks is, though, when it comes to summertime, hates to turn the aircon on, and it's the worst thing ever. She loves it when it's hot. It's really annoying. Like,
come on, Mel.
No, you don't even understand. It is really annoying. I bet you she's already had the heater on, even though it's probably not even been that cold. And
Canberra, it would be a little bit cold already in the morning.
It's just nice sleeping
It'd be
conditions,
crisp.
though.
Oh, it's
Love
so
it when it's cold.
good.
Oh, it's good.
It's so I can't wait.
Sorry, I interrupted though. This is the
Sorry, we could get stuck in that
Yeah.
all day. So winter
yeah.
edition,
Yep.
red light, green light.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, was kind of hard to come up with them though.
Yeah, okay.
When I thought of it, I was like, "That's genius."
Not much else came. Out of curiosity, before we get into that quickly, were you a big dawn service sort of guy?
Yeah, I love it.
You and your family?
I really liked it. I wouldn't say our family are.
Yeah.
Like we never went as a family. I don't think.
Yeah.
A couple of times maybe. I really liked going school, like in school.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked.
Before school, like
Used
you'd
to go
go.
in uniform, go
Yeah.
together, and then you'd go out for like a breakfast and
Yeah.
I really liked it, and I still really do like it. I like now that I'm living in Sydney. I like experiencing different places as well.
For it, yeah.
Yeah. In saying that, I'll be in Canberra, so I'll go to the War Memorial.
Yeah.
On Friday. You'd probably have to go.
War Memorial is a
all the
great one. I don't know. My relationship with this sort of stuff is a bit unique, I think, just because of like, when I say my dad's relationship with it too. So like having dad there, like he goes every year.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's out of obligation or because he just wants to. It's probably it might be both, to be
Both,
honest. But I do really like having gone to the one in Canberra at the War Memorial a few times. It's a great event. They always do really well. And I think it's pretty moving. Like whether you're the biggest, patriot ever, I don't think you need to be super patriotic or, love Australia or, it's not like you're, I think celebrating or glorifying war either, but it's just being able to have a reverent moment and pay respects to people who have, given their lives in defense of our country.
Yep.
So I think in that way, it's because I think that's what sometimes people can be like, war's nothing to celebrate, and it's not. War isn't good, and I don't think anyone should sort of, think that it's a big glorious thing either. It's horrific for everyone involved, but people have given their lives to better ours, and I think it's, a pretty nice way to recognise them and have a moment that what we have, I suppose, is off the back of other people's sacrifice.
No, I do. I think it's really special, and I love going to them. The War Memorial, you're right. I haven't been to one at the War Memorial for a long time now, so that'll be nice, and it's done out the front, I think.
And the War Memorial has been refurbed not
Yeah.
that long ago, so
I don't think it's all the way done though.
you sure?
Don't know.
Last time I was in Canberra, I think it was pretty much refurbed. I think it should be good.
We
to
went
go.
last year, right?
Yeah.
All right, red
You'll
light,
enjoy it
green light,
regardless.
winter edition.
Sure.
The snow.
Red light. And one of my best friends is the biggest green light for the snow. Like he's tried to convince us all to go to the snow so many times. Like it'll be a great trip. We'll all have so much fun.
This is a big red light early.
Yeah, well, it is for me though. It's just a red light, and you know what? It probably shows it on my mother's son because she does not like the snow at all. She hates being cold, and so all of our holidays were
Warm.
Yeah, they were never to the snow. Like I've been to the snow, but they were never.
To be fair, I think the way you're raised plays a massive part. We weren't a snow family either.
Yeah, so I don't really see it. Like I can't ski either. I can't ski. I can't snowboard. So like I'm sure if I learnt to do those things,
Maybe.
I'd probably enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, it was just a thing that we never really did, and now I'm probably too far gone. So for me, the snow's a red light. Except when it snows, you know how like Canberra as well. Another random thing about Canberra for those out there.
Sleet.
Well, like normally I would say once every few years we get a random, very, very light snow day. Like it's not, there's not snow on the ground.
You can't go build a snowman.
Yeah, you can't go build a snowman. There's not snow at midday. But like, if you're up getting
But
ready
it's
for
snowing.
school, yeah, it's like snowing.
Yeah.
And that happens probably once every few years. Would you say it's probably not every year, but it's probably
Yeah.
once every 2 years or so?
Yep.
Those are cool. Like seeing
that.
when you're there and like seeing it actually snow and like being able to go outside and be like, it is actually snowing
I
right
think
now.
that's different.
Yeah. But like going on a big holiday up to Thredbo or Perisher or whatever.
Red light.
Yeah, red light for me.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
I was the exact same. All of our holidays were like my dad would never.
Yeah.
It's always hot.
Yeah.
You got to go to you got to chase the summer.
Yeah. It's a good call.
I
I think seeing
don't know how to ski, snowboard, never done it.
seeing deep snow, like authentic snow again.
Would be cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd ever want to do because which I was massive on. Remember in our Christmas edition special episode, our Christmas edition, which you can go back and listen to on Spotify or watch us on YouTube if you like.
Nice.
But I'm a big hot summer guy, so I wouldn't want to have a white Christmas, but I wouldn't mind going somewhere at a time of year when it's like really thick, powdery
Just
snow and like
experiencing it.
proper actual snow. I think that'd be cool, but yeah, again, I'm probably not going to go a big way
Yeah.
out of my way to go and
I haven't
do this sort of
experienced
stuff.
anything like that either.
Mm.
I spent one Christmas in the French Alps,
Yeah.
but I had an accident before that, so I didn't leave the room, so I didn't really get to experience it.
What was the accident?
I fell and broke my face.
Ah, that's right. That's with your tooth.
Yeah, shattered the old tooth.
Yeah.
It was a great Christmas, that one. Hot chocolate,
Green light.
green light.
Haven't had them for quite a while, but again, probably showing. Getting a lot here. Shout outs to Mel, but she loves them, and so I've always sort of liked them too.
Mm.
I don't have them regularly, but hot chocolates are really nice.
What would your hot beverage of choice be?
Well, it's coffee. Like it's what I drink the most.
Mm.
I don't mind tea. Like a black tea just with a little squeeze of honey is pretty nice. And I like hot chocolates, but if I'm getting a hot drink, more often than not, it's just coffee.
Yep. Winter fashion.
This is the biggest green light. Was you a green light on the hot chocolate as well, by the way?
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I probably think I'd definitely have a coffee first, but if it's like at night, I'd almost be a tea before hot chocolate,
Yeah.
but I do like a hot chocolate.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
I think
Like
they're
green.
pretty.
I'd say green. I definitely wouldn't say red light.
Yeah. Fashion wise though, big green light, winter fashion, probably the biggest green light, and it's the one of the only gripes that I have with living in Sydney is it's never really cold enough to do proper winter fashion. Like Canberra, you can
dress up.
you can proper go some like really nice winter fashion. You
Coats.
can wear coats, you can wear jackets. It's never really cold enough in Sydney for that. Like there might be, small periods, but even if it like when it rains here or it's cold in winter, it's normally too humid that you put that sort of stuff on and you sort of like almost half sweat in it like in not that
Just
long.
maybe a hoodie.
Yeah. So Sydney doesn't really have that and I miss that. But yeah, winter fashion is really being able to put it on is it's a big green light for me.
Same. But I will say I hate pants.
Yeah, you are a big short guy.
Like I hate them.
It's probably because you got nice looking legs, you're happy to show them off.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because they're short. I would say I just don't like pants and I hate shoes as well.
What?
Yeah, hate shoes. If I could be in like just
Birks the whole time.
not even Birks, just like
Barefoot?
barefoot or in
Barefoot
socks.
in summer, I love that. The thing is my feet get cold. So like if it's
You
cold,
are cold blooded.
well, I'm not that cold blooded. My actual body itself is warm, but my feet are the one things that get cold. So like often at home, people find it weird because I'll have shoes and socks on inside the house. Or like I'll go, I might have just had a shower, but it's like kind of cold in winter and I'll go and put shoes and socks on. I was like, why the hell are you doing that? It's because if I don't, my feet get cold and they take forever to warm up and then I can't go to sleep. So
Well, takes me to the next one. Socks and thongs. Not slides.
what about my sandals?
I think green.
Yeah, for me, socks and thongs I think are green.
Yeah, green. I'm the biggest advocate for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good.
It's comfortable.
Again, I do that with my sandals.
We know. Well, we've seen
I'm pretty comfortable doing that sort of stuff. So with thongs, yeah, I'm going to say yeah. Except the only thing is I think it might get a little bit uncomfortable in between your toe, like your big toe and
Yeah.
your next toe though,
Yeah. What I will say, this is completely irrelevant to anything, but we were talking about this in the airport on Friday. Is there a rule when we travel that we have to wear clothes shoes?
No, last year for a little bit I was wearing the socks and sandals when we travelled.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know why I keep wearing runners.
Do whatever you like, mate.
Thanks. What's a good Ugg boots? Ooh.
No, they're green, but I just have like, I don't know, again, maybe because I had a pair and they ended up just like smelling really bad.
Oh, they stink.
Yeah, so like,
When
I
you
don't
get
know.
sweaty in them?
Yeah, that's what I mean though. So I think like they're green, but like I sort of ended up just reading the cues and I don't wear them anymore. Like as in I don't have a pair.
Because you got smelly feet.
Well, I don't have smelly feet. I think that maybe, I don't know. Maybe I was just a growing boy and figuring it out. And I don't know. Those ones that I had they were no good. So
Yeah, okay.
I don't like, if people want to wear them, green light.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't, but I think that's just me making a smart choice.
Yep. I'm going to say green.
Yeah.
I love them.
So comfy.
In
And warm.
Canberra, especially.
They're like electric blankets almost on your feet. Like you put them in
Oh.
and like within 30 seconds your feet are warm.
You just feel so good about yourself.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Fireplaces.
This is the biggest green light. And like
Wow.
I get for sort of safety reasons and everything now how like you're not allowed to have inbuilt fireplaces in houses anymore.
Really?
Yeah, you know how like in old houses they have the inbuilt ones?
Mm.
If you put a fireplace in now, it's sort of like, I think it's got to be those removed sort of ones.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck because fireplaces are great.
Love them.
I love fire. It's like I'm a bit of a pyromaniac. I absolutely love fire. So like, when you sit around a fire with your mates and they're talking whatever,
Oh.
there's nothing better than just looking at the fire and every now and then
A good
another log on
campfire.
and just even prodding and poking it, sort of just coaxing it, getting it going. I love starting the fire too. Fire's the best.
Yeah, I'm completely agree.
Yeah, so like a fireplace as well, like the big old ones that have in like that.
Did you have one growing up?
Nah, but like my grandparents did.
Yeah. We had one in our first house.
So
Too
good.
probably too young to really remember. But my aunt and uncle have one still at their farm,
Yeah.
and it is just the best.
You know what's insane about them too? They actually like heat up the house like
They work.
ridiculously. Yeah.
work.
Whoever figured it out, like it's actually insane.
I'm gonna have a
Another one of my best
I'm gonna have
mates
a fire
has a
tonight.
fireplace at his, and just I remember when they have it on,
Mm.
like the whole house is so warm. Like you actually, it's hard to like. People have been around fireplaces, and so they understand. But like, it's ridiculous how well they work. They work far better than like ducted heating or whatever. You know what
Do you
I
know
mean?
what I
Like,
love? I love that like they're so perfectly designed. I don't know if they're still like that, but like that the smoke just filters out obviously through the roof.
Yeah.
Nothing smells like smoke.
Yeah,
It's just warm. It smells amazing. I'm gonna have a
fireplaces
fire
are
tonight.
good. Yeah,
I'm gonna have a
they're
fire
so
tonight.
good.
All right, a few more. All right, carrying around a blanket. So like if you're at home, say I'm working from home,
Red
and I've got a
light.
blanket over my
Red
shoulders.
light.
Really?
Well, also some
I'm
people
green.
some people do it in public.
No, that's red.
I still think it's just a bit of a red light. Just chuck on a jumper.
No, I'm green.
You're a kid. You know what? You're a kid. Green light. You're an adult. I want a jumper.
Grow up.
Yeah, I want a jumper.
No, I'm saying green.
Put on some trackies.
Red,
Chuck the Ugg boots on.
green. I'm saying green. I love it. I used to get my blanket from my room
Out of wait.
in Canberra, walk all the way through to the house, blanket on, straight to the couch, same blanket.
Yeah. So here's my thing. Well, if you're doing that, it's a bit different. But like now, you say you don't like wearing long pants.
Mhm.
Do you have a leather couch? Have you ever had a leather couch?
Yeah.
So
It gets really cold.
yeah. So why aren't you
And
putting on long
really
pants
hot.
there?
I'll have the blanket.
Yeah. I guess.
I can't do pants, man.
That's what I'm. Yeah. Why?
I get claustrophobic.
That's weird. But that's what I was going to say though. Is like having like a leather couch. If you sit on it in shorts in winter, it's like icy.
All right, I got 3 more.
Yeah.
Could do this all day. I'm actually pretty impressed I've come up with
Yeah,
a
you
few
got
more.
a few here.
Sleeping in socks.
Massive red light. I can, like, honestly, I could sleep naked with socks on and I'd feel like restricted and like claustrophobic. No, I'm serious. Like, I do sleep naked every night. So, like, having nothing on me and just being able to move around is just nice. But, like, having the socks on is of anything like the most restricting feeling in bed. I hate it. I hate it.
Can't tell.
Massive red light.
I'm red as well, but I do this weird thing where I'll go to bed wearing socks
We've talked about this before.
and I'll kick them off.
Yeah, but you don't know that you do it. Is that right?
Yep. But like I go to bed with them and I wake up without them.
Yeah, but what I mean is you don't go like at some point in the night, all right, I'll take these off.
No,
you just
it's
like,
it's
it just
sleep and
happens,
it
yeah.
just kicks them off. And then like in the morning, where are the socks? And you got to reach down the bottom of the bed.
Nah, I still don't agree with it.
I do. Green. Candles.
You know what? Red light. Terrible for
What?
terrible for the environment and also
Are
really
they?
bad for your health, yeah.
How are they bad for your health?
Look it up. There's a lot of, because you're breathing in like basically petrol fumes and stuff. Because like
Really?
the scented candles, yeah,
Really?
terrible for you. I'm not even joking. Look it up.
I got 3 in my bedroom.
Yeah, terrible for you. I've had candles as well, but I don't have any
I
more.
love a candle.
I promise you, they're really, really bad for you. Really bad.
Thanks for ruining my routine.
Hey, I'm sorry I had to be the bearer of the bad news like Tilly was with those kettles.
Last one. Scarves. Actually, I don't know if I want the last one to be hot water bottles or scarves.
Hot water bottles, huge green light. Love them.
All right, that's too simple. Scarves.
I'm going to say green light, but for others, I don't like wearing scarves particularly. But I think if you can pull them off and they're cool.
I think I'm going to say red,
Yeah, okay, that's weird.
but football, fine.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a football, but I mean, even outside of that, if you can pull off a scarf and you're like I don't really feel comfortable. You want to talk about, again, like restricted or uncomfortable? I don't like it around my neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. But for other people, I think they're green light.
All right.
So this is what I realised as well. It's because of the trivia kit, because you were sort of like hiding it before, and I was like, what's he got for me here?
Fun.
Yeah, so here we go.
All right, ready, trivia?
Yep, let's do it.
Now, I didn't really know where to start with this.
Yeah, my worry about this is...
Like, I don't want to make them too hard. I don't want to make them too easy.
Well, we'll see. My thing is history and geography. I love history and geography.
I've done history and geography.
Okay.
So don't say I don't know.
Yeah, no, but
there is one sport question, but you should get it.
Okay, my worry is then, now, what if I just go really poorly?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 questions.
Sure.
Number 1, Tom. I'm going to call this Tom's Trivia.
Sure.
What are the names?
Let's hope I go well.
Good luck.
Yeah.
This could be really
Thanks.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it could be really embarrassing. Might have to actually cut this segment.
What are the names of the 7 continents of the world?
Well, this is an easy one.
Go.
Antarctica, North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia. Or are you counting it like...
No, you got that right.
Yeah.
I need like a sound.
Ding.
Yeah, that. What are the names of the 5 oceans of the world?
Arctic Ocean. No. Yes. Wait, let me just go through. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and the Southern Ocean.
No.
Was
Wait, so what have you said?
I said Pacific,
Yep.
Atlantic,
Yep.
Indian,
Yep.
Southern.
No.
Are you sure?
According to the one I Googled, yeah. You've got, what's that, 4? You got 3. You got 2 left.
Are you sure it's not Southern Ocean?
Yeah. You said Atlantic?
I've said Atlantic, Pacific, Indian.
Yeah, you got 2 more.
I'm almost... I almost want to look this up right now, but I would have guessed then Southern and there's the Arctic Ocean.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's the Southern. It's not Antarctic.
Well, that's what this says.
I'm pretty sure it's
Well, you
Southern
got it
Ocean.
kind
Yeah,
of
I
right.
know, but I'm going to look this up right now because I'm pretty sure it's the Southern Ocean.
All right, well, a good start from you.
I'm going to look this up literally as we go. Because I thought it was Southern. It might be Antarctic, it must be, but...
Is it? Okay.
So I was actually right.
So this website's faulty.
Yeah. It is the Southern Ocean for everyone.
All right, good start. What is the name of the largest airport in the United States of America?
We had this one, I think, the other day. I can't remember. I don't think it's... It was a really random one because I don't think it's LAX.
No.
It's not Denver, is it?
Yeah.
It is Denver.
That's so weird.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought it might not have been... I know Denver's a massive
I don't
one.
like the way you answered that.
Why?
It's like, it looked like you knew, but you didn't want... It's not Denver, is it?
No. Well, no, as in, like,
yeah, sorry.
I
Yeah.
thought when we did this the other day that it wasn't... Someone said... Because I thought it was Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
anyway, I got it
Well,
right.
so
There
far,
you go. Yeah.
3 from 3.
Yep.
What country formerly ruled Iceland?
I'm going to guess Denmark. Is it Denmark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to Google some harder questions. How many time zones does Australia have?
3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm running out of questions real quick. What is the only country that borders the United Kingdom?
Oh, Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was silly of me. Apologies.
3 more.
Yeah.
How many sacraments are in the Catholic Church?
Oh.
You should know this.
So there's baptism, there's reconciliation, there's first communion, there's confirmation. Then there's marriage is also a sacrament. And there's one just before. Is there 6? Is
There's
there
7.
So there's what? Baptism, communion, reconciliation, confirmation, marriage is one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there final rites is one? Or something like that? There's one just before you die?
No. No.
Yeah, right.
You've forgotten one that you will go, oh, I should have got that. Wait, what did you say again, sir?
I said baptism,
Mm-hmm.
your first Eucharist, or like
Yeah, no, yep, you got that, yep.
yeah,
So there's two
confirmation,
you haven't got.
reconciliation, marriage.
So they're all like the basic ones.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 weird ones. Not weird, but 2 different ones.
Yeah, you sure there's not? Okay,
So-
what are the other 2 then?
Anointing of the sick
Yeah, well, sorry, that's what I thought. Yeah, just before you die, but yeah, apologies.
and
yeah.
ordination. Like becoming a priest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
I'll give you half points. Five
Well,
out
no,
of
you
7.
don't have to give me that. I
Actually,
should have
yeah,
known
you're
that
right.
a
I'm
little
not.
bit better. Yeah. Anyway,
You got that
there
right.
you go. Anointing of the sick is the one that I thought about just before death. So I suppose, but like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily do that if you just bet it. Anyway,
When did World War One officially end?
1919.
Oh, 1918. It says November 11, 1918.
That's true. So 1914 to 1918.
Who is this is the final question. Also,
Yeah.
pretty impressed. So I think what we will do
Yeah.
is make it harder every week.
Sure.
Who is the
18,
most
That's silly.
Who is the most decorated Olympian athlete of all time?
Michael Phelps.
How many medals did he win?
23.
Oh,
No.
close.
23 gold. It's 23 gold. So 27.
Oh, 28. That was a great guess, though.
Well, I wasn't a guess. I knew Phelps and I know the gold. I just don't know. I didn't know he won 5 others. There you go.
Well, I'm impressed.
I'm annoyed about that. Anointing of the sick I should have got.
Mm-hmm.
Ordination and then, yeah. 1918. World War One only went for 4 years. Should have known that.
All right, ready? We'll go questions.
Yeah, a couple of questions. Yeah.
Okay. Benny wants to know, for the Sydney people that are travelling to Canberra this weekend for the game, what are the top 3 things to do whilst in Canberra?
Well, again, given it is this weekend, I'd recommend travelling down maybe Thursday night. We all know Friday's off for ANZAC Day, and going to the ANZAC Day service at the War Memorial on Friday morning, because that is a fantastic thing to do and it's really, really enjoyable. And then while you're there, you can also go and see the War Memorial if you haven't seen before. That's fantastic as well, Jacob. We've done that. We did that last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done it before as well, and the War Memorial was incredible, so you should go and do that. Just come to the Giants game. No, so they said outside of that, did they?
I've already scrolled, but yeah. No, we can add that.
Yeah, well, you should certainly come to...
I'd assume if they're coming for the game, then they're going to go to that.
You should go to the zoo, I think.
Love the zoo.
Yeah, which there's still some content to come out about the zoo, I
Some
think,
great
at some
content
point.
to come, yeah.
So you can do that. You can hire is it like one of those go-go boats or whatever and go around the lake. That's also a really nice thing to do.
And the weather's meant to be really nice.
Yeah. I mean, it always is. Come on, mate.
Standard.
Yeah. So you should do that. That's a lot of fun. And then you should, maybe after the game, go and have a little look around the city.
Yeah. I don't know how old Benny is. There's a merry-go-round
Yep.
or some nightclubs.
Well, I was more referring to nice restaurants, mate, but it's nice to know where your head's at.
Damn it. I like this question. I don't know if you'll have them at the top of your mind, but I think you'll like this question.
Sure.
Tom, 15 minutes before a grand final, you can listen to 3 songs. What 3 songs?
March Madness by Future.
Mm-hmm.
That one, like, definitely. God, that's such a hype song. I'd probably listen to that. I'd probably listen to... depends what I'm sort of feeling, I think, on the day and how, like, hype I want to get. But I'd definitely listen to March Madness. Maybe I'd listen to First Day Out by T Grizzly, because that is so hype too. And then maybe I'd listen to... Maybe I Get the Bag by Gucci Mane and featuring Migos. Maybe that's who I'd listen to as well. get me hype, I think.
That's a good question.
That is.
Favorite memory. This is from Jenna. Favorite memory from primary school. Private school. Primary school.
From primary school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I went to a lot of different primary schools just with Dad, like moving around with Dad's work. So I don't know. Maybe getting my first attention at Marist in year 6.
For what?
I can't say.
Was it bad?
Yeah, it actually was bad.
Really?
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Yeah, you've just gone, yeah, no, I've learned my lesson.
No,
Like pretty bad?
I'll tell you off air, but
I love having a podcast that we'd say, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, no, like.
Because we've learned our lesson.
Yeah, but I'll.
Oh, no, we'll move on. We'll move on. Great question, though. Couple of questions we can't answer.
Can I have a look at them?
You guys need to ask some more appropriate questions.
Has that been off limits for you as well, like in terms
Yeah. Well, it has to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I know we've already done red light, green light, but there's a few good ones here. Not listening to a full song in the car. I'm going to say red.
Yeah, big red light for me.
Can't.
Unless you skip it soon, like you don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? Like early in. But if you're listening to like a minute and a half and then skipping, I think it's a bit ridiculous.
Haley says, please ramble on so we have plenty to listen to on our drive to Canberra.
It's nice to hear that you're coming down, Haley, but the drive's actually beautiful. So
take it in, make sure you
look
stop.
at Lake George. Lake George is fantastic.
Where do you normally stop? Sutton Forest?
It's Sutton Forest
Goulburn?
for me, yeah. No, Sutton Forest, because they've also got the Heatherbrae pies there, which is so good. Which I think Goulburn does as well, sorry, but it's more halfway Sutton Forest, I feel.
Yep. If you had to give someone control of your life for a week, who would it be and why? A week's a long time.
Yeah, I'm just going to say my mum.
Safe.
Yeah, really safe. I don't trust any of my mates. I don't trust anyone at the club. Wouldn't let you get near the controls.
Imagine the fun I could have.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd probably just say my mum. I'd like to think she'd have my best interests at heart.
No, I like that. Jules wants to know what's the best coffee to get this weekend in Monica?
Well, it's not in Monica, but it's at Campbell 5.
Which is so close. So make an effort.
It is true. Well, it's not even making an effort.
It's worth it.
But yeah, I think I'd go there to Intra. That's shouting at some good Marist boys and a small local business as well.
Love Intra.
Actually, that's
have they expanded?
Yeah, they have, which is what I should have actually said. Another thing to do when you sort of go into the city. They've got one on Lonsdale Street, which I think is now like a little bit of a wine bar and that sort of stuff as well. So you should check out Intra if you want like a little bit of breakfast and a coffee at the Campbell 5 in the morning, and then in the evening check out Intra. It's on Lonsdale Street in Braddon. Great spots.
And final question, what does the week look like after an unusually poor game on the weekend?
Unusually, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, it is
True
nice.
supporter.
It's a great way to frame the question.
One thing I always find weird, like I get supporters are upset like with how we perform and whatever, but like I never understand when supporters of your own team sort of sometimes, I don't know, they give
go
it
after
to
your players.
Yeah, just never really makes sense to me.
Mate, it baffles me.
Like it doesn't need to. This doesn't need to become a Tom trending topic sort of thing. But just like
it could become.
Yeah, it could, but there's no need for it. One thing I appreciate like that there. That's framed in a way where it's like, oh yeah, like it. I'd like to think generally we go okay and we weren't good on the weekend, but I always find it weird when sort of your own supporters sort of really rip into
100%.
your own team. Like, you know, there's stuff you want to maybe improve, but like, I don't know. You see when players get like DMs or whatever and like, I don't know, just not just DMs though, but like even comments on stuff, which again, you would be all over. It's just a bit like.
I don't even read them anymore.
Yeah, but like this is just the team you support. Don't you want to, you know, support them, I suppose, instead of just
do you go through and read them?
No. No,
like under.
I'll be honest though. Do you want me to be honest? I don't care because people don't know. Like
100%.
Even like not just our own supporters, but other supporters as well. Like I don't know. Everyone has a different view on football, and so like what we're trying to do within the four walls here is maybe different to what other people perceive that people should be doing on the outside. So
yeah.
No, I don't particularly care what people have to say, and so I don't really read it. But I always find that as a weird one. But what does this week look like after an unusually weird game? Well, we had a really strong review today. So we've gone through and had a good look at what we need to improve. And we'll also do a little bit more review tomorrow, keep going through that. And then we sort of got the bodies moving, whatever, today. So tomorrow will just be about having a really strong training session, review it well in the morning, finish off that, and then we sort of got to move on. That's, the beauty of footy, and I suppose sometimes also can be a pain, but there's only a week between games. So I'm sure people will be feeling a little bit different if we put out a better performance this weekend. So, we've got to have a really strong training performance tomorrow. Really have a good crack in, and the same for Thursday. Train really hard, rectify those things that we did wrong, and prepare ourselves really well for the Western Bulldogs.
Love it. Song of the week.
Yep. Do you want me to start, or are you going to start?
I'll start 3 up.
Sure.
Ready?
Yep.
Wow, Ed Sheeran. Have you seen him live?
No, never.
He's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I said really, to be honest. Yeah, that makes sense. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved him. He's
There
so
you go.
good.
Is that a new song from him, is
New
it?
song, Azizam,
Yeah, right.
which I did Google and it means something. Can't
Doesn't it
remember.
mean like I love you in Persian or something like that?
It's
I swear I
something
saw
similar
it.
like that, yeah. Something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Great song. Welcome back to the charts, Ed. Not country. Thought I'd change it up.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, but really good song. You?
Mine's called Daddy Kane by
Can or Kane?
Kane, Kane, by Rock Marciano and Action Bronson.
Am I going to have to mute this?
No, this should be fun.
Leaning on a cane like a cane in a drug gang. I'm like Big Daddy Kane. I've been getting off that soft white long before shorties was rocking off white. Watercolor ice, I call it Walter White.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's just a cool beat. You only heard a small
It's a
snippet
nice
of
beat.
it there, but it's a cool beat. It's not too hard or overbearing. I think, Jacob, even for people
it's
who
one of
don't
your better
particularly
ones.
like rap, but like that was a cool, and I think it's a unique beat. Rock Marciano's great rap, and so is Action Bronson. So I think it's a really nice track. I'm enjoying that one at the minute.
Love it. Poem. It's very short.
Sure.
Tom, it's been a pleasure, but you've had your turn to speak. Now it's my turn. Let's recap the week. Another episode done with my friend Tom Green. The game against Adelaide was the worst I've ever seen. Seriously though, and I don't mean to overreact, but Arsenal scored more goals than us, and that's a fact. I know it was cold, it was windy, and it started to rain. Watching on Saturday night brought me genuine pain. But we move on quickly. On the road again we go. Next up is the Bulldogs, an old familiar foe. We're heading back to my place of birth. Canberra, in fact, is heaven on earth. A huge game on a Saturday night will prove that the Dogs are all bark and no bite. It's going to be fun. It's going to be loud. It's going to be yet another sold-out Canberra crowd.
Well done, mate. Short but sweet. Love the
Just
Canberra
like
shout-outs. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Short and sweet. Love the Canberra shout-outs. Always special. Always good.
Mm-hmm.
I am thinking about maybe just I hope you're not too offended by like a 6.8. Just because of shortness.
Come on.
Just shortness. There weren't many digs at the doggies there, really.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. I didn't even think about having a crack at them.
Yeah.
Got to get busy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll have something during the week, no doubt, but...
Pretty flat bounce back.
Yeah. Yeah, actually also, just quickly on that note, footy sucks sometimes, and thankfully Sam Darcy didn't do his ACL
Unreal.
because it looked really, really bad.
Looked awful.
Fracturing his knee is still not great. He's going to miss a fair bit of footy, I think, but
Yeah.
it's relieving because footy footy's
just feel
great. I
like-
love it. I'm obviously like I will always be the biggest person on how lucky I am to play and get to do what I love. But footy can suck sometimes. And watching that, I was just thinking like, you know,
It's just
it's
awful
good.
it's awful for the game though because he's so exciting.
Exactly.
To watch.
That's my thing. Is it even outside of that though? He just like he looks like, and he is already such a super player, and he's going to be such a super player. And he was just starting to put together a lot of really good games and really be incredible. And then he just gets injured like that. And again, you know, thank our lucky stars it wasn't an ACL, but it's just disappointing even for him to now miss an extended period through something like that. So, yeah, I'm sort of glad we don't necessarily have to face him particularly this weekend, but it's just like footy can suck sometimes, and yeah, it's a shame. So I hope he's back, you know, up and going as soon as he can be, which I'm sure he will be. But I was just thinking about that the other night, last night when it happened. It's just like, just disappointing timing wise for him.
You never ever see that though. Like as soon as the journalists and clubs start reporting that they think it's ACL,
it's almost
it never
always,
goes the other way.
So I suppose thankfully it didn't this time. Yeah.
And the poor dogs, they've copped it.
Mm.
A lot of injuries.
Mm.
Don't care for them this week, but hopefully they all make swift recoveries.
Yeah.
What's on in Canberra, Tom? Any plans? You staying longer?
Not particularly. I'll stay on Sunday and fly back Sunday night, but I'll hang
Yep.
around for Sunday, which will be nice.
And then what's in it? We got the derby after the dogs.
I think we do, yeah.
Sounds like Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's been a game that the Swans have dominated in recent times, so we need to
Oh, I
sort
know.
that out.
I
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, thanks for another great week, Jacob.
No, thanks for having me.
And thank you to all of our fantastic supporters out there. Your interaction is absolutely fantastic. We're very, very lucky to have you guys on as supporters. If you want to share the love, share the In the Green Room love, make sure to send us to your family and your friends. We're on all major streaming platforms and you can watch us on YouTube. Thank you very much and we'll see you next week.